Hi, so are you looking to increase your followers? Make sure you subscribe to unlock my tweet.
Yo, you looking to increase the size of your egg roll?
Buy my merchandise, please. Looking to transition into another woman? Oh, God.
For Palestine!
So I'm taking that as a no.
Liberals against Trump! Donate to Bill!
Buy some shitty coffee and support my page.
Support Biden 2024!
G'day everyone, Comrade John here. It's after midnight, tipping the scales into Wednesday the 14th. Hi, how you going everyone? Look, my chat room on the channel, mate, is just exploded, you know what I mean? And new people that have joined the main page has also exploded, okay? And the admin, you know who they are, okay? The two admins, mate, have got their hands full. I need two more admins, right? Now, if you think you can help and come into the chat room with no baggage, no, I don't want baggage. If you think you can help, talk to the two admins there, have a chat, okay? Remember, folks, it's just me here. There's only me. And I've never felt so lonely and isolated in my entire career, in all my life, than I do right at the moment. It reminds me of two things, everybody. I'm not a great communicator, everyone. I'm not. You can tell. I'm not a big public speaker. You can tell, you know. Anyway, I sort of best communicate when I'm telling stories, okay? If I tell stories, then it's sort of, I find it easier to get my message across. So if I start talking like that, don't fucking whatever, okay? But listen, the first thing it reminds me of what I feel like at the moment is when President Donald Trump said, when he was a young man, he said, sometimes, or something like this, he said, don't quote me, I'm telling a story. It's not history. I'm not a history. I'm not a good communicator. But he said something like, sometimes I wish I lost everything, or everything I have, everything. So I know who my real friends are. I can, and if that happened, you know, then, you know, those people that have betrayed me when I've been at my weakest, ooh, he doesn't like that, neither do I. Backstabbing and betrayal is a real problem for an old comrade, mate. I mean, we were men of honour. Men of honour, you might not like this or agree with me, mate, but we were men of honour. So we don't like that shit, mate. We just don't like it. But that's the first thing it reminds me of. Right at the moment, everyone, mate, I'm truly finding out who my real friends and my real allies are in this war. You know, I don't want to be fucking melodramatic. I don't want to fucking talk shit to anyone. But, you know, there's a big appetite out there right now for straight talk. And we've got to have some of this. We've got to have some straight talk. And that carries some fucking big risks. So, you out there, you, all of you, whoever you are listening to this, mate, you are my only protection in this. That's it. That's it. I don't have anything else, mate. I don't have any, I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone, mate. I mean, I don't mind saying I'm going up to Gympie this weekend, and I'm going to a big My Place meeting. I think there's, I don't know, 1,000 members up there. And I'm a bit scared. I'm telling you, I'm a bit scared. I'm a bit concerned. But I'm going to honour that commitment. I am going to honour that commitment. Now, the second thing I want to say in terms of how I feel, so you know what I'm made of. I need to tell you this story. Look, many, many years ago when I was a union trades hall dude, I had only a small batch of union members, like, I don't know, eight, six guys, man, and they worked at Norwood Park Crematorium in Canberra. Norwood Park Crematorium. Now you Google all this, mate. Now back then, when I was the union chief, right, and these were my union, I loved these guys. I loved them. They, we connected, mate. These guys buried our dead. You know what I mean? And I just loved them. They were just great guys. The delegate there was a guy from Cootamundra, an old guy, mate, named Fred. He was my union delegate, mate. I mean, I'm going to stop just for a minute, right? Okay, I want to tell you at the end what's going on, but I need to tell you a little story about Fred. Fred, man, was from Cootamundra, and his humour was just as dry, as dry, as dry, man. He would bring me to tears, mate, this man. An old guy, mate, bushy, a real bushy. And his wife and he owned greyhounds, and he used to try and race them and try to make a bit of money, put a few bets on, keep his cash pace separate a bit, a little bit of betting money and stuff like that. And one day, I was up at Norwood Park Crematorium, and you come in the main entrance, and they've got the chapel, and at the back of the chapel where the coffins go down, there's a crematorium out there, and Fred underneath and at the back, he does all of that back end work, and that was all done manually back then. Now it's computerized. Now it's all fucking mechanized. All this stuff was manually. The handling of the coffin, and once it sunk below that chapel, where it goes down, it was Fred and his people that done everything from then on in. Okay. Now I can tell you lots and lots of things there, but anyway, there was a beautiful bitumen, one lane road that went around the crematorium where all the rockery, all the monuments, and beautiful stuff, the dedications and so on. And his wife, Fred's wife, who's also a bushy, mate, and very dry, man, very dry. Okay, she comes in with the utility, the family ute, this old Falcon beat up, with the fucking cages on the back and two or three greyhounds in the back, and she goes around and she's looking at the beautiful lawns and everything, and she comes down the slope to where the tool shed. There's a massive out the back. There's a massive, to mow the grass, and they didn't just handle our dead. They kept the maintenance. They mowed and polished and done all of that. So they had quite a big tool shed and equipment shed down the back. And me and Fred were down, and down comes the ute. Now Fred had just done a service, right? Okay, and gone through all the procedures and transported the body, and had the body in the crematorium, and it was on going through its processes. Don't ask me any of the tech details. That's not what I do. But Fred set it up. But the gas and the oxygen and that, he had to tweak that sometimes, because sometimes that got a bit out, and it threw up black smoke, and you know what I mean. He had to sort of get it right to get the temperature right, okay, and he knew how to do all this. But we were down the back, we're having a smoke, okay, leaning up against a sort of rock monument with beautiful plaques and that, and talking about who they were and all this sort of men shit, and out the chimney coming out the back of the crematorium, I could see this, and Fred could see it, right, was shooting up some black smoke and that, right, and Fred sort of said, "Oh, don't worry, let it go. After our smoke, I'll go back and fine tune. It'll be okay." Anyway, Fred's beautiful wife pulls up with her greyhounds and says, hey Fred, what the fuck are you doing in that fucking crematorium? Are you burning car tires, you bastard? What the fuck is going on there? And Fred, mate, him and his wife, their relationship, don't ask me. I don't, it was fucking beautiful, but it was hilarious. Fred looks up like a noble guy, mate, and that's a smoke. Okay. He says, "What's wrong with you, you stupid fucking bitch? Don't you know anything?" And she goes, "What? What the fuck's going on? He says, when you burn white fellas, you get white fucking smoke. And when you burn black fellas, you get black smoke. Don't you fucking get it? And she goes, fuck if I fucking know. Oh, okay, I got it. All right, Dale. Catch you later. I've got to walk the greyhounds. Off I go. And off she goes. I am telling you now, folks, these are Australians, mate. Fred from Cootamundra and his wife, man. I can. Anyway, listen. I've got to tell you this story, man. Fuck, it's horrifying, man. It's horrifying. But you need to know this about me, and I'm just trying to let you know who you're dealing with, mate, with Como John, right? Because there was a strike at the crematorium, right? Okay. There was a guy who died in a ski field accident up at Cooma, the Snowies. He was brought down. He was the best man of one of the guys who worked there. And this guy, despite our warnings, right, was basically forced to proceed with the, with the disposal of his body and also the crematorium stuff, and all done manually back then. Now, I can't even tell you a lot of stuff that used to go on manually. I can't tell you. It will horrify you. And I've witnessed all this. Anyway, we had a strike. This guy, very serious. He blew a fuse, he freaked and collapsed and all that, mate. His life, he was over. He saw his best friend jumping when he was in Canberra. It's Canberra, man, freezing in the winter. Everyone's got wood fires. This guy was lighting his fire, having a beer after work, and his friend is leaping up out of him. You know what I mean? He's traumatized, man. Anyway, there's a strike. There was a strike, and I had to lead it. Now, this is ugly shit, man, when you get involved in strikes and when you're talking about burying your dead. Now, we had the gates locked. We had the gates chained, all right, with our chains, our locks. We had fucking all of those union members out the front. We didn't have any fucking just the union members are there. There was me and, I don't know, maybe 10 guys. Maybe 10 guys out the front of Norwood Park Crematorium with gates locked. Now, personally, I told the managers, the owners of them, because not owned by the government, man, so it was privately owned. I told them, you make sure you contact all of the funeral directors, mate. There was like four, different funeral directors that used to bring, with the hearse and all that. You cancel them all, mate. You make sure, we're on strike, don't fucking make it any worse than they refused to do it. They didn't do it. Sorry, they didn't do it. I didn't know. I didn't know they didn't do it. They didn't tell me. They said, fuck Como John. Fuck Como John. Ooh, far out, man. You know what happened? I had 2 or 3 funerals. I can't remember. It was so long ago. I can't remember a lot of things, man. I mean, I'm an old guy. I had 2 or 3 funerals, man. Fucking all the way down, man. It was like kilometres coming up to the funeral gate. And I had the family and friends stop and get out and demand from me to know why they couldn't bury their dead. Now, I done my best, right, to pay my respects and be professional. But I stood my ground, mate. I stood my ground and said, listen, I'm very sorry about your loss. But the motion moved. The motion moved by my members, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to represent the living. There's a lot of dead people out there, folks, lost at sea under all this maritime law. There's a lot of dead people with straw mans and all the rest of it in this country. I don't represent them. Como John only represents the living man. That's who I represent. And my union members, mate, I copped it, mate. You should have seen what the press and all the rest of it did to me. You should have seen it. And now they're doing it again. Right now, I've never been as lonely and isolated and attacked and all the rest of it since that day. I'm now being re traumatized, mate. I'm now being re traumatized because that's what I feel like right now, that I'm standing in front of the gates of Norwood Park and I'm being forced, not because I want to, but I'm being forced to stand my ground on behalf of the living and stand my ground against the walking dead. Pray for me, folks. Pray for me, man. Holy fucking hell, have I opened a can of worms here. There are two sides to me. There are two sides. Right now, but there's two sides. On one side of me, it's a godly side, okay? I know, these Christians are pissed, man. They're fucking pissed, man, that I'm a Christian. Oh, fuck. But that's one side of me, man, since the floods, and you know what happened. But the other side of me, mate, the other half is a communist wolf on a chain, and I haven't fed this bastard ever since I've met God. I haven't fed it. I don't want to feed this communist wolf. I don't. I want to feed the godly side. That's truly that's the type of person I want to be, that sort of side of me, you know? But if my life is going to be threatened, if my family, my life, my country, my community, my schools, my whatever, if that is all going to be threatening children, particularly children, then I'm not so sure that I can keep this fucking wolf on the chain. I'm not so sure I can do it. I may well let this motherfucker off the chain, mate. I mean, what else? What else? I'm asking, what else do you want me to do? They're killing us. They have mass murdered. They've mass murdered thousands of us, mate. They are jailing innocent people everywhere, everywhere. The Queensland police have shot and killed more people in Queensland in the last 12, 18 months than every other police force, all of combined. I'm telling you, man, if you ask me, am I a bit scared? Well, yes, I am. Yes, I am, mate. Yes, I am. But every time I get a bit scared, I lean over to my godly side. And when I do that, mate, I find all this inner strength. I'm not waiting for anyone to come and save me, folks. I'm not. I've already been saved. I've been saved 2 years ago. I should be dead. I should be dead in the river, far gone. I'm not waiting for anyone to save me. I've been saved. So, all I'm saying to you, all you guys out there, mate, sure, I'm calling for a national strike, and I am. And I know how to do this, and I do. I mean, fuck, I'm not bullshitting you. I've done this before. And I've just told you how rough that can be when you've got to do this, man. You've got to know that I'm made of the right material. I get that, I get that. But in reality, when you think about it, mate, yes, we're going for a national strike, but in reality, man, we are going to war. We are going to war. They are not going to give this country back. We have to take it off them. And these people, when you really look at them, mate, they're kooks. They are kooks, but they're satanic kooks. You may not believe it. They do. They worship kooky, satanic shit. Okay? And the best way to do these fuckers over in a war, so I'm told, I'm advised, I'm a Christian, but I've never read any of this shit and stuff. You've got to put on the full armour of God and go to war. No negotiations. These forces, there's no talking to them, no reason with them. You have to slay them. You've got to put them to the sword. You know what I fucking hate about you Christians out there? What I really fucking hate about you? I'm an old fucking communist, mate. I'm an old fucking lefty. I've been in the Christian troop, the Christian army for a couple of years, right? I'm a newbie. But I'm trying to be a better fucking Christian than you bastards who've been doing it all your fucking lives. And what I really hate about you, mate, is you crucify your own. You stab your own Christian brothers and sisters in the back. You betray them. You fucking betray them. Us old communists, mate, would never throw a comrade to the wolves, mate, ever, even when they were fucking wrong. When I was in the unions, mate, I was surrounded, mate, by big, heavy men. Family men, parents, grandparents, man, crane drivers, boiler attendants, mate, all of the stationary engine drivers, all of these guys, man. And if I got drunk and opened my mouth, if I got too loud, mate, they tap me on the shoulder, they say, now listen, you better fucking quiet down, behave, or we'll tap you. And they'd knock me out. If I opened my mouth, they would knock me out, man. They'd tell anyone around, mate, he may be a fucking old Commo John, but he's our Commo John. We love him. That's it. Leave him alone. Even when I was wrong. We would never backstab a comrade. Never throw him to the dogs. Yet you Christians do it all the time, mate. You Christians do it all the time to your own, mate. You bastards, mate, make me fucking sick, man. You do, mate. Pooh, fucking hell, man. Fuck. I don't know. It's not going to be my problem, guys. It's not. But when this war's over, mate, when it gets down to the forgiveness part, mate, I've not lost any friends. I don't have to forgive anyone, mate. I never trusted anyone in the first place. You get me? So I don't give a fuck, mate. The whole thing about forgiveness, I've got no doctors to forgive, or no politicians, or anyone. I don't forgive anyone because I never trusted one of the bastards in the first place. I've never lost any friends, ever, through the whole lot. I'm an old commo. I never had any fucking friends in the first place. So, hey, baby, forgiveness. But I don't know how these Christians are going to go who've all crucified and backstabbed each other and betrayed each other and have all profaned God or done fucking shit that they shouldn't have done as per God's fucking instructions. I mean, don't ask me for all the instruction, man. I had to Google the fucking Lord's Prayer a few weeks back. I didn't know it. Some fucking dickhead asked me about it, so I had to Google it, You Christians, man. You fucking Christians. If you fucking Christians, mate, bloody simply return back to your roots, mate, back to God, bend the knee, you motherfuckers. I had to do it. Yeah, serious. I had to bend the knee as an old come on and say, sorry, God, man. Hey, I fucked up bad, Fuck me. So if I had to do it, you got to do it, mate. Get on the knees and fucking seek forgiveness, you motherfuckers, and start being real Christians. We got children to save. We got kids to save, all right? We're going to get them out of these fucking institutions and back into safety. We're going to get them away from these courts, away from these family courts and all these other stinking courts. All of these child protection services. We're going to get them all back, mate. The lot of them. We're going to tell all of these fucking belligerent occupation government and all of their tentacles who have wrapped themselves around our children, our schools, our libraries, a lot of it, to fuck off. Fuck off, mate. We got to take it off from all you Christians. You get me? You get me? All right. That's my message. That's my story, okay? Sorry, guys, it's late. Lots and lots of stuff going on with the strike. You will hear from me when I can. I only upload when I've got something to say. That's it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Everyone wants a piece out of me. Everyone is, making, forecasting and all this sort of stuff. And I'm telling you now, unless you hear it from me, mate, unless you fucking hear it from me, forget it. Forget it. I'm not trying to be smart. I'm not trying, but mate, no mixed messages. Let's try and work together. But I want to make this point. Disinformation sometimes is necessary. Disinformation is on the table. Do you understand? These people are dangerous, mate. Dangerous. And risks are being taken. Now, the only other thing I'll say is this, the word optics. Optics. That also is in play. Now, on their side, the belligerent occupation, it's going to be symbolism. And it's going to be systems plays. They are going to play systems, okay? All of us are being controlled through the use of systems. And I need to introduce this into our national discussion. Systems. The word systems, the concept of systems, and what the fuck are they, and how are they being used in our freedom movement and in our communities. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, mate. I had to get that off my chest. Okay, I'm not good at doing this. Come on, cut me a bit of slack. Hey, I've tried to cut down the swearing. I have. Hey, I've tried. All right. But we're still R-rated, man. You walk in my door, it's R-rated. Thanks. Hey, last thing. Gympie. You My Place people up in Gympie this Sunday or whenever it is, Sunday. No, I don't know, whenever it is. I'll post it. Right. Look. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for the invitation. The only thing I've asked, right, is I want a public meeting. I want it filmed. I want it live streamed. I want I want people to feel open and being able to ask me anything they want to, and I want to be able to say my mind. I do not want to go up there and be censored or bullied or pushed around or confined or any of that. And I'm not saying I will. I'm not. Now, if you want to come up, come. You know what I mean? And let's talk all this shit out that's going on. Let's talk it out. I can give the Gympie people that afternoon, Sunday afternoon, I think it is 1 o'clock until then I've got to come back. I mean, everyone wants a piece out of me. All right, now, after that, I think the following weekend I'm in Kingaroy, everybody. Now that's unconfirmed because I don't have wheels. I don't have any wheels, right? I'm having to ask other people to pick me up and take me to play, and it's not fair. It's not fair. I don't, I'm trying to do the best I can to go out and see people, but at the same time, mate, I've got to watch my safety, and I'm very serious about that, mate. I'm a family man. I've got a wife and children to think about as well, like everybody else out there. All right, so I've got to watch my safety, and and I've got to watch what I say. You know what I mean? Like, I want straight talk. I want straight talk with you guys. I want you guys to give me straight talk. Okay? I don't want any middleman. Because of what's happening, what's unfolding, whether we like it or not, huge changes are coming, mate. We can argue about what they are and all the rest of it, but there's no denying there is huge changes coming to this country and to our communities, mate. And it's starting now. And by this year, by the end of this year, mate, you are not going to fucking know this country. You're not. Don't ask me what all the changes are, because I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a truther. I'm not. Because I don't know what the fucking real truth is. But what I am, this is what I am, mate. I'm someone who is a pretty good judge of character. Pretty good judge of character. There's no one in this movement who's got more baggage than me. No one. No one. You understand me? When you've been an old communist, mate, when it was us that put this, you are in the shit you are in because of us. But we tried to warn you, but you don't want to listen. Brezhnev, Yuri, Comrade, Jeff McDonald, me, we tried to warn you. This time, no, I'm not dropping the ball. I'm not warning you anymore. No. I'm lighting a fucking fire under your ass, mate. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, mate. I'm not educating people. I'm not a stretcher bearer. Don't ring me up if people get injured, mate. Don't ring me. I'm not a stretcher. I don't pick stretchers up, mate. Fuck off. Give that to someone else. Como John is a systems thinker with a lot of experience, broadly speaking, war gamings, all that. But I'm a Queenslander with skin in the game. I've got fucking lots and lots of skin in the game. I've just told you what I will do to hold my ground and represent my people. I've just told you that. Norwood Park Crematorium. You are not going to get that fucking inner strength. You are not going to get it from a beta male, from a cuck, from a grifter, from a tranny. You won't get that. You'll only get that out of an alpha male, mate. To all you women out there, to all of you women who watch this, I've had 4 fucking years of all you women, and I love yous. I've praised a lot of yous, and I know that you're fucking tired, worn out, broken and damaged. I know that. I get it. So am I. But all you women for 4 years have been fucking screaming at me saying, where's our men? Where's our fucking men? Why are they not out here protecting us women? We're getting bashed, arrested. These stinking fucking cops, man, down in New South Wales and that, mate, they've been doing strip searches on young teenage girls in the street, at concerts, back at the station, little 12, 13-year-old girls, 4,500 of them in a year. Where's our fucking men, all right? Well, you've now got 2. You've now got 2 alpha males, 2 men who want to do their duty to protect their women. My question to you now is, where are you? Where are you guys? Where are the women? Are you going to get in behind this and help us do this? Or not? Come on, John out.
You know, some of the people that were most loyal to me are people that I didn't think would be. Some of the people that were least loyal to me are people that I think I would have treated them differently. I think I would have treated different groups differently. I would have wiped the floor with the guys that weren't loyal, which I will now do, which is great. You know, I love getting even with people, but I would have wiped.
You love getting even.
Oh, absolutely. You don't believe in the eye for the eye. You do.
No.
I know you well enough. I think you do. But anyway, but
tell me, I mean, you're going to get even with some people.
Yeah, I know. If given the opportunity, I will get even with some people that were disloyal to me. I mean, I had a group of people that were disloyal.
But how do you define disloyalty?
They didn't come to my aid.
Well, what did they do? They turned their back on you?
No, but they didn't do small things that would have helped. You see, I'm so loyal to people, and maybe I'm loyal to a fault, but I'm so loyal to people that when somebody's slightly disloyal to me, I look upon it as a great act of horror.
The president begins by wanting to talk about my job. So I'm sitting there thinking, wait a minute, 3 times you've already asked me to stay or talked about me staying.
The president also never told Mr. Comey, quote, I need loyalty. I expect loyalty, close quote. He never said it in form, and he never said it in substance.